Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning there to all our sewing peeps that are out there. This is Linda and Elaine at Sierra Sewing, Quilting and Vacuums in Reno, Nevada. And we're here today for our What's New Wednesday, showing some new fabric lines and giving you some ideas for some other items that we have here today. So as usual, everything is 15% off that we show here today from right this very moment until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, no matter whether you're watching us live right now or whether you're watching us later in the day or the wee hours of the morning. Whenever you watch us, 15% off. Just go right here. You can go right from this site on to buy, or you can go onto our website and you'll see the red heading at the top with the word live on the second line, and you click on that and you'll get into our sales for the day.
Yep.
And when you go on there, you can also see our other items that we have for sale online. And that's important because if we're shipping to you and you order $100 more of items, you get free shipping within the continental U.S. So go on there. If you don't, maybe you'll get $100 just from us. It's pretty easy to do.
Well, we have
lots of
so
cute
much fabric and machines and tools and
Yes.
anything your heart desires practically.
Yes, threads, lots of, and fabrics. Fabrics, I think, is the one thing that we get ordered the most online.
Yeah.
But we get a lot of orders on our line. All right, so the other process that we're doing right now, I'm going to let you explain our sharing.
Oh, okay. So we are doing a drawing once a month for people who share our video publicly. So key thing here, you have to share it publicly. I know we posted a screenshot a couple days ago on our Facebook explaining to you because some people don't understand how they can just share publicly. So there is a screenshot showing you where you click, but in a nutshell, when you're ready to share, you click on that little icon at the top that says friends, and you click on that, a pop-up's gonna come up, you click on public, you hit done, and then you share it, and that shares it publicly.
Right.
And the reason for that is that way, we want to grow our business, and we want to grow across the country.
Yeah, we want your friends to know about us.
Social media is, really, really huge. Obviously, we all know that, and so we're asking our lovely customers and friends of our company to share us. That way, your friends and family can see all of the things that we have to offer out there in this whole world of sewing and quilting and crocheting. I mean, we have things for crocheting and applique. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on.
And so, Erin won last month. And it was so cute. Yeah, we gave her prize bag. We were having a little a class, our block of a month class that we were having, and we gave her a little bag, and everyone was so excited to see what all she had won. And I couldn't believe it, but this were people that come here all the time, and there were a couple people who didn't know that we did Wednesday Live.
Well,
so it's always like, how do we get the word out?
Well,
to
wasn't it
everyone?
kind of cute too? She's like, yeah, I watched it, but I had to walk away for a second.
Yeah.
And so she missed
that she had won.
She missed that.
So
small
we
little
announced
segment.
it to her in front of the whole class, and
It was kind of funny.
She was pretty excited.
So watch us from beginning to end, because you never know what we're going to sneak in inside there. So absolutely.
Yeah.
So and I know we've said this, so I know Jared will probably bring it up, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. We can tell if you share it publicly or you share it privately. When you share it privately, we can't see you.
We can't see it.
But when you share it publicly,
we see it.
We see it, and we see who did it. So we get your name in the drawing.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part about that is we would be happy to tell you, hey, you're not doing this correctly. You need to share publicly. You're sharing privately, but we don't.
We don't have that ability to look at the private ones.
We don't know if you're sharing privately. So if you have any questions about that or anything else, we have a phone number right down here that you can call anytime. Also, Jared and Shawnee, they're on their computers over there right now. If you have any questions that you have or comments that we can share right here on live, we will do that. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get started.
Let's hit it.
Here.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have, today we are selling one of our store samples. It is super cute. It was called Cinnamon and Cream. It was a great hit with the kit, but now it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yes.
And let our lovely customers have the enjoyment of having a quilt.
Looking. I love the peach.
Well, and it's actually really big. It's 54 by 70.
Yeah, 54 by 70.
It's a good size. It's a large throw.
And this is the backing on it, a creamy looking fabric and it has the quilting on it is leaves that actually match the leaves on the quilt itself.
So it's wonderful, completely done, and we are selling it for $99.99.
Yes.
And only the people who watch this video get that 15% off because the people that walk in and buy our samples right off our walls
no discount.
don't get a discount.
Because honestly, this kit, I believe, sold for $69.99. And that was a top and the binding.
No batting, no backing, no quilting.
Yes.
So
That
you're getting this for a steal.
Yeah, that easily adds on $100 and some.
I mean, what a great gift. We got Mother's Day coming up. What a great gift. And we
That
won't
would be
tell anybody you didn't make it.
Yeah, that would be a really pretty Mother's Day gift for somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a nice size. I know, I use, a lot of times I make quilts literally just to go to a park. I lay them on the grass. The kids, my babies would lay on the quilt. No big deal. And that's a good size just for doing that, especially being, coming up to Mother's Day. Going out and having a picnic and barbecues. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. All right, well, we're going to get started with, obviously, I know everybody knows this, but we keep announcing it. Our country turns 250 this year.
And Easter's over. Hopefully you all had.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Everybody have a good Easter?
Yes. And so the next big holiday, of course, Memorial Day is coming up, and I kind of go patriotic even on Memorial Day.
I pretty much, as soon as, honestly, once April is over, because I'm still wearing my Easter apron, so once April is really done.
Last time, look at it for the last time.
Well, I'll probably wear it a couple more times. I'm going to at least get my use out of my Easter fabric because it's April.
Okay.
But with that being said, once April month is pretty much done, I have patriotic from really from May all the way until I put my Halloween up, which starts in October, end of September. So, I have it for a long time, and I am super excited about this whole 250.
I love this red, white, and blue line that we have.
Yes.
Because it's a different bit of a look, even though it does have the flag in there in places.
This one was so stinking cute because.
But this. Well, we'll show it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got florals in it. It's a different taste of the red, white, and blue thing.
It is. So this one, so this one is directional, so I do apologize. But you can see on here, this one is so cute. So we have a hamburger. We have a dog under a tree. I mean, this one is absolutely adorable.
Oh,
it's
there's a
all
dog
red
under
with the
the
white
tree?
background.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I fell in love with this. And it's got little pinwheels right there. Of course, our flag. And then right there in that tree is a child swinging. Aww. I mean, this one is really, really cute. What a great way to have maybe a little bit of a Where's Waldo type.
I just got out my little baby swing. It's not up in the tree yet.
Goodness.
But we got the baby
so
swing
precious.
Now, so. And here's showing you where it is red, white, and blue, but this is a floral, and there's a check here, the red check with the red florals. So it's not, I hate to say screaming patriotic red, white, and blue and flags and everything, but it's still got your red, white, and blue if you want something that's a little
gentler.
Different. Yeah, a little different.
Yeah, this one is, so same fabrics that Linda just showed, but in that softer blue. And the check is really fun. I'm such a sucker for checkerboard products, stuff like that. You got that one.
Yeah, I'll take this one up. This is the same print that we just showed with the red in the background and the blue in the background. This is more of a white background. And a lighter blue with some florals in it to go in as a blender. Nice little daisies on there. And you get to show the fun, I call it like this, the small print, background print.
Kind of fireworks.
Yes.
Blasting of fireworks.
And
so
the
of course
flags.
The flags.
Yay.
And the sweet little bows that are right in there with it, and the soft little itty bitty bitty stars that go in with it. So I mean, it's a really sweet line. It's very, I would call this one a little more delicate in regards to the whole patriotic style.
Karen Horindo is wondering if we will have that patriotic fabric in Carson City.
Yes, we will be sending some down probably
not till next week.
Maybe this
But
week.
but the reminder, Miss Karen, is for the next 24 hours, you get it 15% off.
Yeah, you may
here.
have to wait.
So just a heads up.
When it gets down there, it's not going to be 15%. 20% off, okay? Just like, thank you for that reminder, Jared. So also coming with this line of fabric, we got the layer cakes, which are the 10-inch squares, 10-inch stackers, what they call it. And these are the fabrics that are in there. So it's a variety of the reds and the whites and the blues and the florals, and it has some stars in there that we don't have on the bolt, but you can get in your pack. And also then we have the 5-inch charm square size. And it shows you again on the back the different ones that come with us. And there's so many patterns out there now for layer cakes and charm.
have a lot of them.
Yeah, and you can always cut these 10-inch stackers into a variety of shapes. You cut them into fourths, then they become your charm pack. You can cut them, you can see where you can cut them into thirds, and then they become like rails. Sky's the limit with your creativity.
And we have a bag pattern that we have that uses the layer cakes, a huge bag. So, I mean, there is a lot of, I mean, we have books. I mean, honestly, we have tons and tons of, whether it be a pattern or a book, for pre-cuts.
Right,
And they're
right.
just great to use because you have so much more pieces than having only just yardage.
Yeah.
So they're great.
And you know, our jelly rolls are online, right? So we go online and look at our jelly rolls because we've gotten some new patriotic jelly rolls that we've made up that are our store made up ones. So
And they're beautiful.
look
and
on there too.
honestly, I hear all the time, and I'm just going to put this out there. Customers have told me multiple times, more than I can count, they like our jelly rolls better. Because
will
we curate
often-
them.
Yeah, we often will buy jelly rolls that will go with a line of fabric, but then often we don't, and we cut our own. And we sell way more of the ones
Yeah.
that we cut ourselves than the ones that come from manufacturers.
And to let you know,
Not to
'cause
toot our horn,
I know.
but
Well,
we're
you know
tooting
what?
our
Sometimes we
horn.
have to.
Yeah.
But with that being said, just so you know, because I know this is concerning for some people, so I just want to put this out there. Our jelly rolls are machine cut.
Yeah. Well,
They are.
I have a
It's,
machine.
right, it's a machine. So I mean, it's
Mechanical
not like,
machine.
and people are genuinely concerned. Is every piece 2.5 inches since it's not being produced by the manufacturer?
Yeah.
100% they
it's
are.
on a die cut.
It's on a die cut. So
Yeah.
yes, they are machine cut.
Yes.
So I just want to put that out there because some people will get concerned.
People just like our choice.
And
of
they do. They
fabrics,
love.
yeah.
They
Because
love
we
our
can
colors.
mix and match different companies, fabric companies, and it doesn't always have to be from one line.
Well, and sometimes we throw in some beautiful blenders that are color-wise go beautiful with that would not have been part of, and so we do. We have a blast making them, and we do get a lot of compliments on
So
them.
go into our fabric area on our website, and you'll see not just the patriotic ones, but you'll see all the other ones.
Yeah,
also.
just lots and lots.
We got to keep chop going
Well,
here. Well, should
would-
we do the rest of the
Oh yeah,
fabric?
sure. Well,
Yeah.
how about we do this? No. You know, we'll do the fabric. I'm sorry, we're
Okay.
going back and forth.
She got the good one.
Oh, here you can have it.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Well, let's start with this one.
Yes. Oh, she got the two good ones.
I'm sorry.
They're all good.
They are
These ones are just the main prints.
These are just so stinking cute. I'm sorry, my hands are all kinds of wobbly today. All right, so we brought in a really sweet cowgirl fabric. We've had cowboys before, and then we came across this one where it is actually cowgirls, and it is just so precious.
They're all ladies on those horses, right?
The
There's
what?
No men, there's no men on
There's
those
no
horses.
men on here.
Yeah.
It is all girls, and there is just the softest bit of pink in here. I mean, ever so gently, and then of course a few little flowers that are on there. So that is the main of this collection, and then of course you cannot have cowboys and cowgirls without having
The boots.
cowboy boots.
Gotta have the boots.
Little floral sticking right out. I mean, I just love this collection. It's beautiful. It's so stinking cute. My granddaughter's going to get something like this, whether she likes it or not, so I can have
It
some.
makes a great pillow cases. Okay, so Elaine showed those. These are a couple of the supporting fabrics. And as Elaine said, kind of insinuated, is the femininity that is actually in those prints also. And this adds to it, the soft pink, the blue flowers. These are just supporting fabrics that, when you make your pillowcases or your quilt, you're going to need a little bit of something else. And it makes it a little more girly for our
Well, and
Our
these are,
female ranchers
Right?
and cowgirls out.
and how beautiful is that? It really does look like leather work, even though obviously it's not, but beautiful, beautiful brown and soft tan for the flowers, for a great blender to go with that.
Yes. All right. So what I believe Elaine was wanting to jump into over here, and I'm going to let her jump now.
Okay.
Because it is part of the patriotic theme also.
So we have Lori Holtz.
And first we'll just show
Show the
them
package?
whole package, yes, and then we can show
Okay.
what's inside of the package. And Lori Holt has some different designs for paper piecing. We're showing the star, because again, it's patriotic. I don't know, am I lined up correctly there for them to see the star?
See the star?
Okay.
Well, and this is not traditional, it's not true paper piecing.
If you want to try paper piecing and you're just scared of it, this is the way to go. Because she has great instructions on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 42 pieces also.
So this is what the block looks like that you're going to use. And what you do is you either cut 10-inch squares, or you can use a layer cake, and like what we showed today would be perfect for this. And so you're going to adhere, it's basically like freezer paper, okay? You're going to adhere one of your blocks initially to the back side of this with the your fabric facing up. And then you can pieces. Everybody likes different amounts depending on your cutting ability. And it literally says on here, cut one, cut first, cut second. It tells you how and where to cut. And then just so here's a picture of it being cut. And then,
Very good instructions.
right,
And
so
you can make this very, very scrappy.
it is, you
And
make
that
it
is
scrappy.
her- But
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of and it's your creativity.
Which ones to sew. 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So it shows you exactly when you sew them together. You don't sew this paper to your fabric. Side, and that's where the design board comes in. So I'm just going to show this one real quick. We do have a couple different colors for the 14 by 14, but this is the size board you would use for this particular block, because the 10-inch square, obviously you need a larger board to set it on. And then you set your pieces on there with your numbers, and you know which ones to grab. Now this one is the Farmer's Daughter. You can see the fabric that's around here.
It's a red one.
It's a red one. And then we also just got in
pink,
berry.
pink.
It's called Berry and Sage.
So
now,
cute.
it does say on our website which one is which. It says Farmer's Daughter, or it says Berry and Sage, so you can decide which one you want. We do carry all of her sizes, but we're showcasing this one and the large one, the 18 by 18, which is another part of her fabric line from Farmer's Daughter. And if you don't know what a design board is you have this really lovely, I don't know if it's technically felt, but it's kind of sort of like that. And so your fabric will actually cling to this. And so while you're sitting there with your sewing machine, you can have this sitting right here. You can grab your pieces, sew those together, lay it across the board when you have those 3 pieces cut. Take your 4, 5, and 6, sew those together, lay it right here, and then so on and so forth. And so you can see your block being built as you're sewing. And then, Linda, you have the ruler.
Yes. And then what you will do is, after you get those all sewn together, like Elaine said, you will take, it's a 7.5-inch square is what you will trim it down to. We pulled out and put on sale for today the 15% off our 7.5-inch Creative Grid ruler, because I believe, and well, I know that if you have the exact size ruler of the square that you're going to make, you're going to have more accuracy, because every time that you have to switch something around, you're going to lose some accuracy. Now, don't get scared like I did when I first went, what? There's going to be so much chopped off of this. But this is actually going to be smaller, because once you sew it down, it's going to be smaller. It's going to be slightly bigger than this ruler, and you're going to trim it down to a 7.5-inch square. Now, to make it even easier for accuracy, as I said in one of our classes that we had this weekend, all you have to do is say accuracy for me, improved accuracy, and I'm going to get it. Now, Lori Holt also came on with these rotating mats. How many of you have a rotating mat out there?
Raise your hand.
These things are absolutely wonderful, and they're used mainly, tell me if you're using them for anything else, but to put, we'll pretend like this is your fabric star, and it's already sewn together so it's smaller. You will put your square down on here, you will put your ruler down on here. You want to put the right way because it has sandpaper on the back of it to keep it from moving too much. And you will trim. And then you will rotate it and you will trim. Can they see that okay? Am I showing it at all very well? And you will rotate and trim. Not once do you have to move the ruler, not once do you have to pick this up and move it around because it's the exact size that you want it to be, 7.5 inches. So if you get the exact size ruler and you have a rotating mat, the accuracy of the size of your block is going to be much, much more successful.
And if you don't have to move your block, you don't have to twist it, then your block will stay perfect. You won't have one side that's kind of off kilter to the other.
We love this.
They're so great. Now, I do want to just say one more thing. So I am kind of one of those oddballs. Maybe have that piece of paper that shows the picture. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how Lori Holt shows what it would look like if you completed it into a full-size quilt. Now me, I'm kind of an oddball. I like to do things different. And so I like to make sometimes a wonky star.
Yes.
So what if you turn it? You literally can turn it this way. You can turn it this way if you really want to be really crazy, but upside down looks kind of weird. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. So don't just stare at it this way. You can turn it and make those wonky stars that are extremely common. And like Linda just said, you can put it on point. So with this, you still have a lot of options. You're not really stuck with just the one way.
Yes.
Just be creative. How much fun can you have?
Yes. So many of us think that we can't create our own things, but we can. And you know how you do most of your creating? When you make mistakes.
True.
People
Some of the
go,
best.
oh, I messed it up. No, you just created your own new block. That's what you did.
Very, very true.
Okay, I'm going to let you. Which one do you want to talk about?
Well, I was doing this, and that kind of goes with it because obviously sometimes you have to remove it. So this is the Seam So Easy that you just, it's like a template plastic. You're going to put this right over the feed dogs of your machine. It comes with some little sticky tabs that you would just place over your machine, and you can see it has when you set it down, I don't know if you can show, if it shows really well, but there is a center line. You're going to line that up with your needle. And then you have a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch there. And then of course, if you need to do 5/8 or 3/4, you do have all those lines there. And it makes it to where you can keep your seams going perfectly straight because you're following the line right on here. And the reason why we brought up the washi tape, which this one happens to be part of her Americana line with Lori Holt, is, eventually you got to take these off. You got to change your bobbin, changing your needle, lowering and upping your feed dogs. This has to come off, and these things will not last forever and a day. But the washi tape will literally pick up where you left off at with what comes on here. You just tear off a little piece, and it will stick right to your machine, but without leaving any of that glue residue that then you have to take and scrape it off. It's
low volume stickiness. So it's not going to leave the residue.
Exactly. And these are also great if you go to a class. You can put some of this on here, and that labels your ruler. It labels this. I mean, because sometimes we, leave things lying around because of a class, and then we forget them, and then we don't know who it belongs to.
Yes.
This is a good way. You could put your name right over it with a Sharpie, and that's mine.
Yes.
So.
But crafters use this a lot also because they can stick photos with this. They can tape up photos. What a cute idea it would be for during your 4th of July celebration to have this one and have a collage of pictures maybe over the years of your family.
That would be super
and you
cute.
could tape them safely with this. Now the other thing I wanted, because to me it was confusing, it's like, why is it shaped like a flower? I didn't see any reason for it to be shaped like a flower other than these little sticky tabs you can put in each corner when you do put it down, and it sticks it down. But I didn't see any reason as to why it's shaped like a flower.
Lori Holt.
And the other thing with these little markings also is also you can line them up with the markings on your plate, your the plate, and it will make sure that this line in the center here is very, very straight. Again, another thing just to help you with accuracy.
And the last thing that Linda and I have to show, I just had to put this out there because some people don't know that we carry these. It's called half square triangles. It's triangles on a roll. It is going to give you a 3-inch finished half square triangle. So this is literally where you're going to sew onto the paper, and you will have perfect half square triangles because you don't have to trim them down. They're already perfect.
Right. And talk about creativity. You can make a bunch of those and just
Yeah.
put them on your little design board here and create away.
And it's amazing
away.
how many blocks you can make with just half square triangles by turning them and changing them around. You don't have to do too many different things. You can make a whole bunch.
Yes.
So this is a way to go if you are a struggler with half square triangles. Now granted, this is a 3-inch size, but 3-inch finished half square triangles are still perfect to make a 12-inch block.
Right. So that's everything that we've shown today. Jared's going to be next. We're just going to remind you to share our video
Publicly.
And if you don't want to share publicly, do it privately, at least to all your
Yeah,
sewing
absolutely.
friends, so that they can enjoy our discounts and learn about some of the stuff that we teach.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's every week. You can do that, and then on the first Wednesday in May, we'll be drawing
For the
another
names.
one.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take it over to Jared. Remember to do your shopping next 24 hours for 15% off. Over to Jared.
Alrighty, good morning everybody. As we talked about, this is the wonderful month of National Serger Month, and sitting in front of us I have the Celebrating the Victory. So let's just dive right into this. Yes, I am Jared with Sierra Sewing, Quilting, and Vacuums, and I am going to show you guys a quick run through on 2 more entry models on the Baby Lock Serger line. Now I have on the left here, I have the Baby Lock Celebrate, and on the right hand side I have the Baby Lock Victory. Now these are the first 2 entry-level machines that contain the notorious Baby Lock Jet Air threading. They're the first ones to make that Jet Air threading serger, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we go along. So on the left, like I talked about the Celebrate, and there's a couple different nuances between the Celebrate and the Victory, but there's a lot of things that are in common with these 2 machines as well too. Both of them, obviously, they not only look the same, but we have a 4-thread serger on both sides of these. So with that 4-thread, we can also do a 3-thread overlock and a 4-thread. With the 3-thread, we have the ability to do a narrow and a wide overlock stitch as well too. Both machines do have needle threaders built into them, and as we talked about down here, we do have that Jet Air threading for our looper system as well too. Both machines, obviously, we have the ability to lock our knives down or up, whether or not, depending what project we are doing. And we have the ability for cut width, as you see here, stitch length, and over on the side, a very easy to access differential feed as well too. So the goal of this is just kind of show you the differences between the 2 machines, and you can really decide what machine works best for you. So sergers are wonderful machines that are designed to both trim fabric edges and finish seams simultaneously. Whereas a sewing machine is only designed to create a seam, we have the ability to create that seam and finish the edge on a serger as well too. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, this is a great example of a non-garment construction that we can use for a serger, which is just the edge of a napkin here, which you can see as my video focuses, that we can get an actual finished edge on those sergers as well too. So we can cut and finish and have a completely done project right from the get-go. So as I said, while sergers are generally thought of as ideal for garment construction, knit fabrics, stretch fabrics, and professional seam finishing, they're wonderful machines to make many other projects with as well too, and also make them quicker. Think about a zipper bag, being able to construct that zipper bag and trim and cut and finish not only the fabric but your zipper as well, all at the same time, so you only have to do one pass. We also have classes on jelly roll quilts and so much more that you can do with a serger as well too. So it's not just for that garment construction person also. As we showed you here, we already talked about what a serger seam looks like. Then diving a little bit more into our jet air threading. Now, Baby Lock was the first one to bring this to market back in the 90s. And ever since, they have lost their patent, but they are still tried and true the best air threading that are out there as well too. Now, what that means is right down here, if you guys have any sergers at home that doesn't have jet air threading, you probably spend a lot of time threading that serger. If something ever breaks, you have to thread it in the right order, everything of the sort. With these machines, what I can do, any Baby Lock jet air threading, I can thread these loopers in a matter of, once you practice, I can have this serger up and threaded with the loopers within 20 seconds. That's pretty unheard of in any other non-air threaded serger. You're spending 5-10 minutes to get those up and threaded and running. So basically all it means here is all I have to do is click this button, and then as I rotate here, you may not be able to see it in the video, but here, that locks over into place to allow these loopers all to line up. And now all I have to do is choose upper looper with my switch or lower looper with my switch, put in just a small portion of that thread into this, use my pump right here, and it threads all the way through those loopers in a matter of seconds. Less than a second, honestly. So that is the beautiful revolutionary threading on these sergers that you have here on the Celebrate and the Victory. As we talked about, both machines have the ability to do a 4-thread overlock and a 3-thread overlock as well too. They both have the ability to do a rolled hem stitch, and these are the stitches that cover a majority of your garment construction needs, as well as any of those other quick and easy projects as well too. As we talked about, differential feed right here, easy to access on both machines. Just we have the ability to, if you guys are familiar with what a differential feed is, these machines have the ability to either squish my fabric, bunch it together, or they have the ability to stretch my fabric. So depending if I'm working on an elastic or if I am working with something that I want to have just that squished, why do I keep blanking on the word there? Gathered fabric, there we go. If I want to have that gathered fabric, I have the ability to do that just right here. And the way that those works on sergers, if you guys don't know, on our feed dogs, on sergers, we actually have 2 sets of feed dogs, whereas on your sewing machine, you only have the 1 set. So on sergers, to dive a little bit deeper here, we have a set of feed dogs on the front side of the needle, and then we have a separate set of feed dogs on the back side of the needle. So if I am running this machine at neutral, all of those machines are running at the same time. Those feed dogs are running the same distance at the same time. Whereas if I am trying to do a gather, the front feed dogs are going to be running a further distance and the back feed dogs are going to be running a lower distance. So allowing that fabric to gather. Vice versa, if I want to stretch it, the front feed dogs are going to run a shorter distance and the back feed dogs are going to run a further distance, allowing that fabric to actually stretch on the needle there. So that's the beauty of that differential feed on these sergers. And most sergers have those, but not all of them have them this easy to access on those machines. So with those differential feeds, it does a lot of great things, prevents a lot of puckering on your knit fabrics, lightweight fabrics, and allows super easy decorative lettuce edges to be gathered as well too. Speed and performance on both of these. Both machines run at 1,500 stitches per minute, so they're very, very fast. To give a comparison, most machines, sewing machines, run anywhere from 800 to about 1,000 stitches per minute on just regular sewing machines. So having a serger running at 1,500 stitches per minute, if you had to put that in perspective, think about those jelly roll race quilts that we all do. imagine how much faster you would be if you were using a serger. That's literally 50% faster. So you would be the winner, that's for sure. They are, as we said, significantly faster than your sewing machines there, and it's beautiful because it gives you that finished edge at the same time instead of just making that seam. So you are making your projects so much faster with all of that ability. Main difference between the two machines though, this is where the Victory really starts to shine over the Celebrate. If you notice here on the Celebrate, we still have tension dials. On the Victory, I do not. And this is beautiful because Baby Lock has a patented portioning system built into my machine up here. Now these tension dials over here on the Celebrate work very similar to how your machine works, your regular sewing machine works. Just basically how much pressure I have or how much tension I have on this dial is either going to give more pressure or less pressure on the constriction of my thread as it runs through the machine, giving me a tighter stitch or a looser stitch. Whereas over here on the Victory, with that portioning system, this is hands down the best portioning system on a serger that is on the market, because we actually have two sets of tension discs, I guess you could say. They are called portioning discs inside of this unit that actually open up the back and open up the front to allow a very specific amount of thread out. Now this is wonderful because it doesn't matter, the machine doesn't care what you are sewing on. If you're sewing on a super fine silk or a very fine tulle or maybe 6 layers of denim, it doesn't matter, because what this machine is actually doing is it is mechanically, not digitally, mechanically reading how much fabric you have under that foot. So it doesn't matter if it's a very fine silk, because all that matters is the thickness of that fabric. And it also takes into account the stitch length, your cut width, as well as what stitch you are doing to portion out the exact amount of thread that you need to give it a perfect stitch every single time. Now the Celebrate, I don't have that. I will have to adjust my tensions, changing from different thicknesses to different types of fabric, stuff like that. So it's not nearly as nice as going into this Victory where you can almost sew absent-mindedly. So that's the beauty of this Victory, is getting that portioning system. And I will be honest, Victory is the bread and butter entry-level serger from the Baby Lock lineup. It is an amazing machine. So those are your main differences between the Celebrate and the Victory, and it is worth every penny to jump up from the Celebrate to that Victory as well too. Then in terms of the workspace, we have the same workspace area on both machines over here. No difference on the sizing, so very comparative in that sense. Victory is about the same weight, no difference on the weight. And then both machines come with a color-coded threading guide as well too. I call it the Bible. It comes with the machine, the Serger Bible comes with the machine. It tells you exactly where to thread this thread up to my tree, down through here, down through my loopers, in a very clear and concise and easy to read piece of paper. It's a very nice heavy cardstock paper that you can see on both sides, and very easy to run those machines on threading them. Both of them have adjustable presser foot pressure built into the top of my machine for different types of fabrics. Both have wonderful LED lighting for the sewing areas. And then both of these machines have a vertical knife positioning. Now on other machines, it actually cuts down as well too. On older machines, we would have this bar that came across and cut down, and it became problematic with heavier duty fabrics, thicker fabrics. That knife would actually deflect, and we would have a bad cut and thereby have a bad stitch as well too. So with both of these machines having that vertical knife position that's cutting down directly onto that fabric, it gives us a much better quality result as well too. So in final summary here, both of these machines are absolutely wonderful sergers. As we talked about, personally, I would spend every single penny that I could to jump up to that Victory, because it is worth every single penny that you will spend on it. But they're both wonderful sergers inside of that Baby Lock serger lineup. Of course, there are machines above them that do so much more, but as I said, they're really the bread and butter starting points of that Baby Lock lineup. So if you have any questions, our phone numbers are down at the bottom below there, and you can contact us in either Reno or Carson for any questions. And as always, click the link in the video here to go to our website and find out the best pricing on these machines as well too, and they can be shipped anywhere in the United States. That is all that we have for you guys this week in our wonderful review of the Celebrating the Victory. Other than that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our videos. And that way, share publicly so you can get into the drawings. What was that, Shawnee? Oh, yes. And sorry, I'm not on screen at the moment, so you just get to hear my voice. We are running our Save the Tax event. So in honor of our wonderful tax season here in the United States, we are doing a Save the Tax on all furniture, sewing machines, and cabinets. Unfortunately, I cannot do that online. I have no way to do that. The website will automatically charge tax no matter what. So you will have to come on in. See, there you go. Mary Lou's talking about how it takes an hour to thread her sergers. You need to come in and see one of these sergers, Mary Lou. Come on in and you will save the tax on any furniture, sewing machine, serger, embroidery machine, or vacuum from now until the 15th. So come on in, take advantage of that, and make sure you share publicly those videos. Thank you all and have a wonderful week. Bye.